We're at the Playboy Mansion in Beverly Hills, California. Mia St. John takes center stage tonight. In our next bout, she takes on Fran Alcanter. And Fran Alcanter is a 3-time Hawaiian Tropic Beauty Queen. And her grandfather, Joey Alcanter, fought Henry Armstrong back in the 1930s. He was known as the Bombarding Mexican. So she is named the chosen one by her family as the one that can bring a title to her family. And coming into the ring right now is Mia St. John.
Let's keep going.
Mia is a young lady who had a chance to work with the people here at Playboy late last year. Mia St. John is the focus in our Friday night spotlight.
I was a top-ranked fighter who posed for Playboy, not a Playboy model who fights for top rank. And I think that the big fallacy is that people think that I was a model first, a model turned boxer. And it's a great story, but that's not how it happened. I was a fighter first my whole life. And then when I started getting the exposure on the undercards of De La Hoya, Playboy had called and asked me to do a layout. It's been great. I mean, the publicity from doing the magazine, and I made sure that the whole theme of the magazine stayed within a boxing theme. I mean, even on the cover, I've got the gloves on, my shorts on, and throughout the whole layout, I'm in some kind of boxing setting, because that's what I wanted the world to remember me as, that I was a fighter, not a Playboy model, but I was a top-ranked fighter.
That is Mia St. John, and she is ready to go tonight. She is 32 years of age, weighing in at 130 pounds, 5'7". Professional record, 16-0 with 9 knockouts. And Fran Alcanter is her opponent tonight, and Fran is from Kansas City, Kansas. She is 27 years of age, weighing in at 125 pounds, 2-2 with 2 knockout wins. And she has been knocked out twice. Lou Moret is our referee for this bout, 4 rounds. And we mentioned that Fran Alcanter, known as the chosen one, got into boxing. She served as a round card girl back in 1995, and obviously with members of her family as boxers in the past, she's always been close to the sport. So round number 1 is underway between St. John and Alcanter.
And of course, Alcanter's coming right out. But if you need a little bit of a scouting report on this fight, all you have to do is look at their mutual opponents. They both fought Kristen Allen, and Alcanter was KO'd in the 2nd round back in October of '99, and Mia St. John won a 4-round decision in her last fight against Kristen Allen. February 26th.
We asked Mia St. John about Alcanter, and she said, I know she's skilled. I've seen her fight. She's technically good, but that's a little trash talking in women's boxing. Mia said that Alcanter doesn't have much heart. I saw her in a fight that she was winning, and she looked to quit in that fight.
Alcanter's coming straight in, standing straight up like a pole.
Keep boxing, Mia.
And
Keep
she's
boxing.
eating right hands because of it, and she's been shaken up twice by right hands. Mia St. John has found a home for that right hand.
St. John says that by her own nature, she tends to be a slow starter, but the game plan was to attack Alcanter and take her heart away, and there is St. John putting the punches together in bunches. Kind of wide slapping punches from St. John.
And she can get caught in between those punches if Alcanter is able to weather the storm a little bit. St. John, when she had Alcanter on the retreat there, probably should have switched the body a little bit.
Remember, in women's boxing, the rounds are 2 minutes a pop. And after a decent start to this first round for Fran Alcanter, Mia St. John has come on with, as they say, punches and bunches.
And she's found her opponent, Alcanter, standing straight up to receive those punches and bunches and going straight back.
There's the bell to end round 1. Let's check in with Max, who's at ESPN.com.
Usually we do To The Max, my favorite segment, maybe my second favorite segment behind Atlas's World. But anyway, we don't have time for To The Max. We're only going to grab one today. What do we got? What do you got for me today? We'll get one off the internet.
All right.
Okay.
Brian Buckner from Seattle would like to know, what should Roy Jones do after beating Michalczewski? Can he deal with the cruisers, or should he go with the heavies?
He should fight Michalczewski. That's the first thing. And then after he beats him, if he fights him, yeah, there's some good cruisers up there, especially Vasily Girov, who you're going to see later on tonight, but also Juan Carlos Gomez, Fabrice Tiazzo. And what about a rematch with James Toney? Yeah, there are 4 good cruiserweights up there to fight. We're going to send it back to Bob and Teddy here right now. That's what they're telling me anyway. All right, so I guess it's going to happen.
All right, Max, thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, it's interesting because Vasily would love a shot at Roy Jones. There is Hugh Hefner's car, one of many, and there's a look at the front of the Playboy Mansion when you first get here. And it is an awesome, awesome facility. Round number 2 underway between St. John and Fran Alcanter. Hey, who'd you like in that first round?
I had to give it to St. John. She landed the harder punches, more of the punches, and she really did find a home for that right hand.
So we have 2 boxers in the ring who have modeled Mia St. John for Playboy, as we showed you last year, and Fran Alcanter, who is a 3-time Hawaiian Tropic Beauty Queen.
Alcanter's trying. She's raw. As we said, she was knocked out. They have a mutual opponent, the 2 of them. And Alcanter was knocked out by that mutual opponent. And of course, Mia St. John won a decision over it. So the finesse part, the development part, it has to be on the side of Mia St. John. But you can see Alcanter's trying. She's trying to move ahead, trying to create some openings. She's just a little bit raw, a little bit one-dimensional, standing a little bit too straight up in front of Mia St. John. See how wide those punches are from Mia St. John, but she's not paying a price because Alcanter's not punching in between them. One disadvantage for Alcanter is she doesn't throw a lot of straight punches. Her punches are wide. Now, how are you going to beat a wide puncher if your punches are wide?
Oh, whichever one throws a couple of wide punches, a couple of straight punches in a row, will be able to score.
Yes, Bob, that person would definitely have a nice window of opportunity.
Final seconds of the second round. It is a 4-rounder between Fran Alcanter and Mia St. John. Did you see Austin Powers and Michael Myers? There's Mini-Me. He was in The Spy Who Shagged Me. Checking out the thing here at the Playboy Mansion. Round number 3 underway between Mia St. John and Fran Alcanter. Did you see that? The Spy Who Shagged Me?
No, I didn't. I can't say I do. The only thing I know about Mini-Me is that he was in a movie with one of our favorite fighters, the Tasmanian Devil.
That's right. Vinny Pazienza and Mini-Me worked together. Vinny, of course, a character in his own right. Well, it's pretty close round 1. Fran Alcanter in the silver was able to control round 1 for the most part. St. John came on late. Here are the punch numbers in round number 2. And you see St. John doubled up Alcanter.
St. John's punches were a little bit shorter, a little straighter, a little crisper. She might be able to get Alcanter out of there. Got to give Alcanter, as I said earlier, you got to give her credit, Bob. She's a little rawer. Both girls are not real developed in their boxing skills and the time that they've been fighting. But Mia has more fights, obviously. But Alcanter's trying to make adjustments. Look, she's bending. She's trying to be defensively responsible when she can. She was trying to counterpunch when Mia St. John was walking in. She's just limited with her experience and what she can do, what's available to her. But she is thinking about it.
Some wild punches from St. John again, but Alcanter cannot make her pay. Oh,
She
left
did that
hand.
time.
Yeah. Good left hand from Alcanter. 4th and final round still to come. Close bout. Director Ron Shelton with the baseball cap on, director of Play to the Bone. Teddy, you know him well.
Yeah, I played a little part in there in Play to the Bone with Antonio Banderas, where I was the trainer, or was supposed to be the trainer for Antonio Banderas in a scene we did in Las Vegas.
Well, Ron, very familiar with sports-related movies. He worked on Tin Cup. Gary McCord was the guy, the golfer, that gave the technical support. And, of course, Kevin Costner played the golfer so well. And White Men Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes was a fantastic movie, and Woody Harrelson. Round number 4 underway between Mia St. John in the pink and Fran Alcanter in the silver. A good fight. Anyway, with a little more experience, Alcanter could probably be decent pro.
She's got plenty of guts. She's just not experienced enough. She's not refined enough. And let's be honest, both these girls are not at the level of the top girls that we've seen.
Right, Mia St. John has the publicity of a Lucia Riker or a Christy Martin or some of the others that we have seen on Friday Night Fights and in women's boxing, but a lot of it has to do with publicity.
Yeah, these girls are much more raw and less skilled than those girls you just mentioned.
And as Mia St. John said, people always ask me if I'm going to fight Lucia Riker or Christy Martin, so on and so forth, Layla Ali. She said, they're too big for me. I'm only 130 pounds. They're a lot heavier.
Yeah, Layla Ali is a girl that falls into this category. She's not real developed either, but she has the PR machine working. She has that great name.
Left hand from Alcanter. St. John has not been able to take away Alcanter's heart. She is staying right in there. She counters with a good shot.
And the referee is staying clear so he doesn't get hit with any of these wide punches.
St. John looking to pour it on here.
Plenty of guts, both these girls. Plenty and plenty of it. If one girl, as you said earlier, would step in with a straight punch inside one of those wide punches, bingo.
Good left hand from Alcanter, and there's the bell to end it. Rock'em sock'em robots in that 4th and final round. Mia St. John and Fran Alcanter. Good performance by both. We'll get the judges' scorecards when we return to the Playboy Mansion here on Friday Night Fights after this timeout. We're at the Playboy Mansion in Beverly Hills, California here on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas. Total punches in this 4-round showdown between Mia St. John and Fran Alcanter. You see that St. John landed more at a better percentage. Alcanter a bit busier. And Teddy Atlas's scorecard. Teddy, you had it in this fight 40-37 with the 3rd round even. I had it 39-37 for St. John. Let's send it up to our ring announcer, Amy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judges Robert Bird, Marty Dankin, and Lou Filippo score the bout 40-36. All for your winner and the November Playboy cover girl, Mia St. John.
Well, you weren't kidding, Teddy. No way that Mia St. John would lose a decision here at the Playboy Mansion.
No, I don't think so. But I think she earned that, though.
Yep, she was the better of the two, but Alcanter made a very good showing of herself. Vasily Yurov still to come, but first, here's Brian Kenny.